No, I get it. I have the same thing going on as always. What's up, Jerry? Jerry! I don't know how to adjust anything. I don't know how to do anything. What's up, Spellbound Bear? How you doing? I know it's Howdy Night Live, right? Because I don't have a better title. I keep forgetting to change the title. I won't do that all the time. Because I'm not going to be doing this all the time. I'm going to be doing a different type of thing. Just not yet. And you're going to have to deal with it. I gotta double check everything. I gotta reassociate myself with this whole system because I haven't been doing it. Oh, is the video clear as fuck? So you can tell how old I am, I suppose. But anyway, I got this link. I mean, if you're here, just hit the like button already. I'm just going to say that right up front because everyone else says it. So why shouldn't I say it? And then I will have a link. It is already up there. I have a link pinned to the top of my YouTube chat if you're on YouTube for how to send in money. If you want to send in money, you don't have to, of course. This show is free. It always will be as long as it's on YouTube. But then there might be sort of a, some kind of system later on. But that is that https:// streamlabs.com/a /tip. You can click on that easily. If you don't want to do that, you can just type it in, and that is also up at the top of my screen. If you want to do it that way, if you want to type it in manually. And it sounds like my volume is good. Somebody said that the audio or the video is clear, so that's good. And listen, I'm having a shitty day. No, I'm not. It's not Shark Week. It's not my time of the month. I mean, I don't mean to be so crass. It's almost 9 o'clock. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna smoke a cigar. I bought a cigar and it is called a Sweet Jane. So I anticipate some sweetness coming from this cigar. I don't really smoke these that often, and I probably won't smoke them for much longer just because I don't think I should be smoking them. I don't know. It's something I do once in a while because it is relaxing, but it's too much, It's also too much. It helps me sleep. I guess that is the effect that tobacco has, and I had no idea. The first time I ever smoked a cigar, I slept like a rock that night. I didn't know that it had that effect. And then at the time I also had a personal trainer who told me that if you smoke, it had I don't know. He said it. I don't know what he said. He said something like if you smoke it has some kind of effect on your body that makes you feel sleepy, but it's not actually a healthy thing, but I haven't been having trouble sleeping lately. So, well, this guy gave me a straight up. I still don't really know how to cut. That should be good enough. It won't be though. Won't be good enough because I still don't know what I'm doing when it comes to cigars. I don't bother to learn because I don't see this as like a lifelong hobby at all. This is just like some kind of a temporary hobby. So I don't have a melted impression. I don't impressions. What's that saying that I am too shut down to remember right now? Imitation is the purest form of flattery or something like that. And I don't feel that way about that guy. So, and I also don't even really do impressions. That's not my thing. I didn't go to impression school. Saturday Night Live is not interested in me. This happens to enough people when they do comedy for long enough, they just end up like working with a bunch of people who end up on Saturday Night Live. It's happened to me, I think, twice so far. What's that guy's name? Marcelo Hernandez, is that his name? I'll show you who he is. I think that's how you say his name. I ended up doing the Just for Laughs. Yeah, this guy who's on Saturday Night Live. I ended up doing the Just for Laughs auditions with him. He was like 18 years old, and then that was right before the big event that happened 5 years ago, I think. I don't remember what year it was, but anyway, he was a nice guy. He did not get selected. Nobody got selected from that city that I did it in. Uh, that was a wild story. Jeff Singer told me next year, and then he got fired. So whatever year that was, um, and I told him I wasn't. Whatever. It's a whole thing. But anyway, this is what the guy looks like. That's him. Maybe it's Marcelo Hernandez. Is now one of the most popular SNL cast members. So I did the Just for Laughs thing with him, and he totally is good for SNL because you know his stand up was very theatrical. And then of course Cam Patterson, who now has a Wikipedia. I met him in Austin. I actually headlined at the Orlando Improv, and he was there. And then later, yeah, in Orlando, because that's where he's from. I think he's from Orlando. And then later on, I saw him in Austin, but I never met him in Orlando. And he came up to me and he was like, "Hey, I know you. I saw you at the Orlando Improv. You killed. You're hilarious." And then after your set, you just left. I was like, "Yeah, I had to get out of there." And now he's on SNL. You guys know who he is. Just getting familiar again with this technology. That's Cam Patterson. So, yeah, Kill Tony made him a thing, and then now he's on SNL. I have not seen him on SNL yet because I don't watch SNL, but I did see a recent sketch of SNL, and I was like, God, this is so terrible. It's just bad. It's just bad. But I bet every generation who watches SNL after their class of SNL thinks it's bad. Because I watched SNL whenever like the best people were on SNL, but that's what people will always say until SNL is no longer a thing. Sorry, I just heard a noise and I had to figure out what it was. It was in the apartment next to me. I think it was a toilet. I think it's the pipe from the toilets. So sounds like a furnace starting up whenever they flush the toilet over there. So what's up? Thanks for coming by. And let's see. Frankfurt. I don't find him to be funny. Which one? Cam Patterson? You know what? Cam, he has a great attitude. That's the thing. He's very charismatic. And his stand up, he is not ready to headline, clearly. I mean, I've heard stories of him bringing 9 people in his crew, and the reason anybody does that is because they don't have 45 minutes. Now, I'm not saying whether he's funny or not. I'm saying he's not ready, but that's what happens. That's the majority of the Kill Tony people. But that is also the power of Kill Tony is their golden ticket winners can straight up be headliners just because Kill Tony is such a big thing. So I can't say that I've really seen his stand up. I've seen a couple of his Kill Tony appearances, but yeah, pretty new, that's all that is. But I don't know what he's like now, but when I met him, he was a super nice guy, super open. Yo, everyone says SNL is dog shit now. I watched it in the early 90s. Norm Spade, Nealon, Farley, Sandler, everyone hated it. See, I watched it after that. I watched it in like the 2000s. So when I was watching it, it was like the Will Ferrells, Tina Fey. Well, maybe and then like right when the Mike Myers, Dana Carvey, like which was before the Will Ferrell, Tina Fey, Amy Sedaris. So like that whole I don't know how many years spanned during the time that I watched it, but I was like, and then it started to fade out. We were like, oh, who's this new person who is not making a splash? Who's this new person who doesn't seem to have any, you know, an insane energy about them that makes me want to watch them a lot? But I did check out a somewhat recent clip of a Sabrina Carpenter sketch, and I was like, this is bad. Like, this is what Gen Z thinks is funny. If you go back and watch old sketches, like the one with Will Ferrell, I think it's the one where with Will Ferrell where he works in an office. I should play it. I could play it, right? I should be able to play it. I don't think it's like I don't know. I don't know if my channel will get in trouble or whatever, flagged or something, but I should play it. But if you watch this sketch from whatever year that was, it's insane the stuff they were saying. I'll look it up and see if I can find it, but it's also like pretty funny. But it's like you could never say that now. And that was yeah, I mean it was still late night, but it was NBC. And I don't really remember. Okay, it's called Evil Boss. Yeah. So, oh, I can't watch it because on the official Saturday Night Live YouTube channel. Um so that's not going to work. Can't watch that cuz I know they shut stuff down, but I'm also going to come back over here and check things out on this thing to make sure that everything's good with my audio, etc., etc. Yep, everything's good. So yeah, that sucks. And then who the fuck just hosted recently that I watched? And why is Keenan Thompson still on the show? I get it, right? He's like the new Daryl Hammond where he just never leaves and he's on forever, but that guy has no range. He's just Keenan Thompson being Keenan Thompson in a wig, and then in the next sketch, it's just Keenan Thompson in a different wig. I guess I don't know what his deal is. I guess he's just like reliable. Is that what he is? He's reliable. He keeps a low profile. He's not trying to be like famous. He's not trying to be that out there. He's just trying to make his money and have a good life, I guess. I don't like my audio. I think it needs more bass. I don't like my voice. I think it's very annoying. Oh, you think Keenan Thompson can't get other work? I've seen him in commercials. He's in movies too. They're probably, SNL related or not. He's in movies. So that guy does well. That would be a great career to have. If you should just like on SNL. I was like, he's more famous than Todd Barry, but Todd Barry famous is like the perfect amount of famous. You can still go places. You make a decent living. You have fans who do know who you are. What's sharp? My audio? My audio is sharp? Is that what you mean? I also tend to speak louder than I should. I don't know why I do that whenever I do something. I guess it's because I'm used to being on stage, but I don't know. I don't know how to turn down the volume of my audio. I don't think I can just mute it or not, or it's just to 100% or nothing. If I go into settings, audio, hello, hello. I guess I can hello? Let's see how that works. Let me go over here. Hey, this is exciting. Hello? That's a little lower, right? Okay. Yeah, I turned it down some. Yeah. So now I should be able to talk like this and it'd be fine. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Okay, let's go. Felicia, you have pretty eyes. Thank you. And you would look killer with some lashes and makeup. Well, I do have lashes, believe it or not. And I got a funny story about lashes too. When I was a kid, I cut them off with scissors. Yep. I thought they would, and they did. They clearly they grow back. They do grow back because they grew back. But I thought, oh, that's just another thing that people trim. I this is like right when I first started shaving my legs. I'm like, okay, I gotta shave my legs, I gotta shave my armpit hair, and I gotta trim my eyelashes. And I did it. I did all of those things, and I also trimmed my eyebrows with scissors and came out. And this was like we were getting ready for church, and you know how you get as a kid, you're getting ready for church, you're already ready. Because if you're the one who's not ready, you're getting in trouble. So I was already ready so that I wouldn't get in trouble. And then what happens is you have to wait for the adults the rest of the time. So I was like, they're still getting ready. I'm just gonna do some tidying up on my face. And then I just cut my eyelashes with scissors. I went straight across like that, both of them. And then I was like, okay, and then I snipped right across my eyebrows. I was like, I don't know, 12, 13. Nobody was monitoring me, much like the majority of my childhood. So I came out and I told everybody, hey, I just trimmed my eyelashes. And they all laughed at me. And then my brother's wife looked at my eyes very closely and she's like, oh my God, she did. And I was like, yeah, I did my eyebrows too. I wasn't even embarrassed because I didn't know that people didn't do this. So I was like, I did my eyebrows too. And then everybody just started laughing at me. And then that's when I was embarrassed. I was like, oh, what I do? It's like, you don't, no, that's not a thing. People don't do that. People don't trim those parts of their face. I mean, today, of course, women do, they pluck. But I never touched my eyebrows again. And they're perfect. See? I don't really have to do anything to them. I don't pluck them, I don't shape them. They are naturally perfect in my opinion. I don't want to do anything to them. But my eyelashes grew back and I haven't touched them since either. So it all worked out. The biggest lesson here though is that nobody was monitoring me. I was neglected as a child. So wait a minute, what's this? Have you gotten over Mark Maron ending his podcast? So that's over? I didn't know that. When did that happen? Because I had no idea that that happened or that it was a thing at all. Is that why he was being talked? Did this happen a while ago? And is that why he was being talked about? I didn't know that. What's he do now? I saw him. I got free tickets and I saw him at the Ryman audit, whatever it's called, Ryman in New Jersey. I saw him there. He went live before the show. He was in the green room and he went live on Instagram. And I sent in a comment saying, "Do you need an opener? Because I'm right here." I've never met him. I figured, why not? I'll throw it out there. And he saw the comment and he goes, "I don't need an opener." He goes, "I don't do openers." So he doesn't do openers. So that's that. Okay, the Sweet Jane is sweet, but it's not as sweet as the Acid Blondie, which is a honey flavored cigar, which is nice. So this will help me sleep. Okay, yes, and Mark Maron released a shitty special. Where? Is it on Netflix? Is it on Hulu? I would imagine, I'm gonna guess it's on like Amazon Prime. Is it Amazon Prime? I'll watch it. I watch everybody and everything. I'm trying to watch that new Sebastian Maniscalco special. Where is it? That one is on, I think that one's on Hulu. So I need to watch that. I need to watch this new Mark Maron special. And oh, it's on HBO. Well, I don't get HBO. I might be able to get it for a night though. I got an HBO hookup, just like all of us. I got an HBO hookup. You need to get a butane torch lighter to light your stogies without the off flavor a Bic adds. I don't know shit about nothing. All I know is that I'm smoking it, and that's good enough for me. Uh yeah, torch lighter would probably be good, but I don't I don't know if I'm responsible enough to have one of those. There were some areas of the cigar that were not lit. See, if I had a torch lighter, they would have been, right, Colt? I've had a I kind of had like a shitty week. Everything's a thing. Life doesn't stop. Everything's a thing. The last HBO special that mattered was Louis C.K.'s 2006 Hour. I don't know because I can't keep track. Everybody, there's so many platforms, and there really doesn't need to be. That's how they get you now. At least with cable. Cable was expensive, but everything was in one place. Except, if you wanted HBO, you had to pay extra. That was it. HBO. And the Playboy channel, right? And now it's all divided up. Disney, Paramount, you know them all. So I don't know. I got friends in high places, so I got passwords to all these. If I want them, I go like, "Hey, can I watch this one thing for a night?" Because there's nothing on them that I watch regularly. There's no reason for me to have. I pay for Netflix, but I don't. I shouldn't even have that. But I pay for Netflix. Sometimes when Amazon Prime gives me the free month, as they do frequently, then I'll watch Amazon Prime or a Prime Video for a month. But that's all I need. I just need like a day or a week or maybe a month. I don't even need a month. That's all I need to see what's on the platform. And then I Google best movies or best TV shows on this platform. I don't really watch TV shows right now because I don't care. I don't need to get into a plot. I don't need to get into a plot because I got my life. Like, that's enough of a plot for me. I don't need to escape reality with some other stuff because I feel like the stuff that happens in my life is weird enough. It's unpredictable enough. It's strange. I ruminate about it. I don't know what this means. Will you read Ingram? I don't know what that means. Is that what is that? You're gonna have to tell me. I don't know what I'm out of touch. Yo, what's your opinion on New Orleans? I wanted to go, and then I heard from a friend that the only place worth going to in New Orleans was the one street that I can't think of right now. What's it called? You know, Beale Street, right? Okay. So, and then I watched a YouTube video of a Beale Street walkthrough, and I'm like, this looks just like Fremont Street in Vegas, and I've already been there. So why would I go to Beale Street? So now I'm thinking I don't even need to visit New Orleans. I don't think I need to experience it. Ingram is Louis C.K.'s new novel. Really? Is it so it's fiction? I ashed too much of that cigar because I still don't know how to smoke cigars. Oh, oh, Ingram. I'm looking it up right now. Okay, that is a novel. Oh, right. Oh, yeah, so it's fiction. A young drifter walks away from a neglectful childhood, surviving through rural Texas while confronting tornadoes, violence, and personal tragedy as they what? This description is all I really need to read, I think. When Ingram is forced by overwhelming poverty and spiritual exhaustion to walk away from his home, he leaves behind a neglectful childhood on a dirt farm in a dead end road. With no family, no resources, and no practical understanding of the world, Ingram's only compass is the daily fight to survive and the narrow dream of one day owning a truck. Hmm. Working, set against the backdrop of a working class Texas, Ingram invites readers to see the world through the eyes of a child who drifts through a tough American landscape of corn farms and oil fields, guided by diner waitresses, migrant workers, and criminals, trying to make sense of a world that doesn't care about him anymore than a jungle or desert does for the creatures that toil to survive within them. You think Louis C.K. wrote this description as this synopsis as well? The reality Ingram discovers is wild and cruel, but filled with unexpected wonders. Though this young boy faces tornadoes, explosions, thieves, and rampant violence, his curiosity, humor, and resilience never dull. As he begins to push against the tide of social and natural bad luck that seems to almost chase him, Ingram begins to forge himself into an individual with agency and the ability and right to choose his own moves, even if he's not always prepared for the consequences. Through Ingram's journey, he begins to come to terms with a forgotten tragedy from his past that shapes the way he understands himself, his family, and his own place in the world. He has to come to terms with a forgotten tragedy from his past. Okay, so this is like every novel ever written, and it's also Jesus Christ. So it's a New York Times bestseller already? Okay. So He basically just wrote a book about what every 19-year-old person does and goes through. So I feel like this is a book for high schoolers or something. Middle schoolers or high schoolers. Did he write a book trying to get it in history classes or whatever, English classes in the future? They're gonna be like, "The man who wrote this book had trouble in his career." Hmm. Interesting. I feel like I don't need to read that book because I feel like I lived it. I mean, I have seen so many diner waitresses in my day. I've never seen a tornado. I've seen migrant workers. I've seen corn farms and oil fields. I didn't grow up in Texas, but I've been to Texas. I've tried to make sense of a world that doesn't care about me any more than a jungle or desert does for the creatures that toil to survive within them. That's me as well. Wonder how old he's supposed to be. I mean, the only thing that Ingram did that I didn't do is it sounds like he left home before he turned 18. I left home at 18 and went through this, but it's the same effect. And he forges himself into an individual with agency and the ability and right to choose his own moves. I mean, this is like a coming of age story. I guess it'll be funny, right? If Louis CK wrote it, I guess it'll be funny and interesting. So yeah, whatever. I wouldn't buy it. I'm sure it's fun. I'm sure it's a fun, fast read for a couple of nights, maybe 3 nights. If you want to read something real quick before you go to bed. That's another problem I have with cigars is they always go out on me, so I think I'm ashing them too early. Yeah, maybe that's the Louis CK story because doesn't he talk about his childhood in the show Louis? But did he grow up in Texas? I don't know where he grew up. Yes, the great American novel. Oh, here we go. Jordan Jensen's stand-up special on Netflix, "Take Me With You," is funny. So she's got a Netflix special. So this all happened when she had one video that went viral. She made herself a little bit prettier than she is now. And that's what happened. And I saw the clip because I wanted to pinpoint when and where this happened because I know she's been like doing stuff for a long time and she was already working the cellar and everything, opening for Louis and stuff like that. But it was really just like one clip with her and Ian Fidance from their podcast, and it was like I saw the clip and I was like, "This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard." It's just them riffing about like a dildo, and I thought it was absolutely disgusting. If people, I mean, I'm not filthy, but sometimes people think I'm too dirty, and I'm like, "This is the most disgusting, immature thing I've ever seen online." And I guess that's what you gotta do, I guess. You gotta do stuff like that. Not always, but that's how it feels. So, yeah, that clip went viral. Millions, I don't know how many millions, but millions of views, and then, next thing you know, she's doing the Wilbur Theater. I was like, "What happened?" That's the one I'm thinking of, right? That's the one in Boston? Yeah, the Wilbur. And I'm like, "Okay, so if you do a disgusting fucking whatever," and I know she's got, like, chemistry and all that stuff and a lot of likability, and she does, like, her crowd work and stuff. But yeah, so now she's got that. She's got a Netflix special, so but I'm never gonna just like start riffing about dildos with Ian Fidance. I can't do it. Okay, Louis, did he grow up in Boston? Okay. I knew he's like started comedy there. Jordan is way funnier than Stavros. Stavros is in a new movie. I know he's in multiple movies now, I guess, but I saw him in that movie. I don't even know what the name of it is. I can't think, and I can't be troubled to think right now. This is not a show. I'm not doing a show. You can't blame me. And this isn't what I'm going to be doing forever either. What? What's this mean? Why in the world do you think I have a humidor? What about me makes you think I have a humidor? Lower your humidor from 70 to as low as 65 if you're consistently going, oh, your humidor. What? I don't know what that even means. I don't have a humidor. Puff more often. That's what I'm going to do. That's going to be a lot easier than resetting my humidor. I'll tell you that. Who's funnier than Jordan Jensen? Well, there's actually been a decent amount of women, if we're going women, who were funnier. I like Jen Kirkman. I think is that who I'm thinking of? I might not be thinking of the right person. I think Jen Kirkman is funny. I saw her do a special, and I don't know where it is. Maybe it's on Netflix, but I feel like, she's very funny. But man, it's like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, man. You've either got to be 100% clean or completely disgustingly filthy. I'm neither. That's kind of what they say about the way a person looks. If you're going to be fat, you've got to be really fat or not fat at all. There's no in between. All right, yeah, I guess it's time to block somebody. That's always fun. I do enjoy blocking people. It is fun for me. Lunel, I don't think is funny. I think she's obnoxious. Samora is funny. Chelsea Peretti. Chelsea Peretti. So, yeah, funny enough. Yes, Sarah Talamache is funny, but she's like Letterman funny, right? It wasn't she on Letterman, or maybe she was on Colbert. No, she wasn't on Letterman. She was on Colbert, I think, or something like that. Maybe it was Seth Meyers. I don't remember, but like she's like late night talk show funny, right? Can she be funny for 30 minutes? Can she be funny for 45 minutes? I don't know if I could watch her for that long. It might get tedious after a while. Bonnie's funny. Oh, you know who's really oh, what's that lady's name? I'm not going to remember it. I saw her open for Louis CK in Pittsburgh. She's been around for a long time. Fuck. I don't know her name. Uh what is her I can't remember her name. Adrian Iapolucci is funny. Yep, definitely deserves to like be known or whatever, but too long of a set for me. Just like not enough going on for a long period of time. But I guess people don't really seem to care about that anymore. They kind of just care about like how charismatic you are on a podcast. People want to see personalities. They don't really care about material anymore. They just care about crowd work and personalities. But to me, material is just fucking. I like material. I like to go pay money. If I don't pay money to watch stand up at all, but if I do, if I'm paying money, if I'm in the audience and I buy a ticket, I want to see a written performance. Like I don't care that it's been done before. I don't care that the jokes have been told before. And why doesn't Jen Kirkman do stand up anymore? What does she do? And then what's the name of that other lady who wrote for Conan O'Brien for a really long time? Lisa Landry, she was funny. I worked with her for a while. I don't think anything ever happened with her. I don't know if she ever got any credits or anything. I don't know what she's doing now either. But the lady I'm thinking of, Nightlinger, Laura Nightlinger. I worked with her too. Yeah, so she wrote for Conan for a long time. And I don't think she really did anything after a while either. I think she had some Comedy Central credits, and then she did Conan a couple times, a couple of Conan appearances. Annie Lederman, I have never seen. She looks like somebody who comes from money, which is an automatic turnoff for me for some reason. But John Mulaney comes from money too. So, and I think he's very funny. So you have to be. If I feel like if you come from money, you kind of have to prove your funniness. But Annie Lederman, I haven't seen her stand up, so I don't know. Wow, you're like the only person ever who's incensed by crowd work because everybody loves it right now. That's all people want to see. It's crowd work. Frank, is stand up really that special? It seems like anyone can do it okay if they've been doing it for long enough. Yeah, for 5 minutes. So really, Kitelinger. Yeah. Yeah, anybody can do it for 5 minutes. Like anybody can have a 5 minute, anybody can even have 15 minutes, but like an hour, like an evening with the person, you know, that's somebody who knows what they're doing. That's somebody who is a good, solid stand up comedian who deserves more recognition than somebody who can just do 5 to 15 minutes. I would say even 30 minutes should be held in high regard. But yeah, you're like basically if we were going by cuz I don't know the karate belts, but if we're going by like a Brazilian jiu-jitsu ladder of belts, goes white, blue, purple, brown, black. So a white is an open micer. A blue belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu is a dangerous person. It takes like 2 years to get that belt. 2 years of rigorous, focused, dedicated work. A blue belt is a dangerous person. A purple belt is only level 3 and that's a trained killer. So a blue belt would be like somebody who can do 5 minutes of stand up and be fine at it. And there's a ton of people like that in New York City, probably also LA, probably a lot of cities, Austin. There's a ton of people in that position. Then you've got purple, brown, black. So a black belt would be like, I would say somebody who either only has 1 hour, like Ron White when his first, no, I don't know if it was his first album, but Ron White, Tater Salad, was that the name of it? Yeah. So Ron White was like a 20-year overnight success. He'd been doing the same act for basically 20 years. So that shit was honed. So when it took off, it took way off. So Ron, you could be like a black belt at stand-up comedy if you're like a Ron White, or if you're like, a George Carlin, somebody who puts out a special every 2 years and is a legend. You're like a second degree, third degree black belt at that point. So I guess every amazing special you put out is the degree of black belt that you have. But a purple belt is like, okay, this person can do like, you know, I guess they can do a solid 25 to 30 minutes, right? And then a brown belt would be like somebody who can do 45 minutes and headline a room, but they're not like fucking crushing it. Are the Streamlabs working? Oh, you think Jessie Jetski Johnson is very funny? She wasn't ready either. And you could tell, oh my god, how jealous was Bobby Lee of her. It was weird because he didn't need to be. He just like, I don't know, Bobby Lee. Bobby Lee is really interesting. He definitely brings the numbers. He's hard to not watch. Bobby Lee, you just like want to watch him on a podcast because he's just so different. He's got a lot of chemistry. But yeah, I did not like his interactions with her. He was rude to her. And she said on the show that whenever she would go, like they took her on tour, and then whenever she would see Bobby at the comedy store, he just like would tell her not to come up to him there. After they had like gone on tour and had a great time together, and he's like, "Now I'm at work. This is my home club. I don't want you coming up to me." I was like, "That's fucking weird." It's like we get it. People are like that. People are like that. They do that kind of dickish weird shit. But like somebody you bring on the road to open for you in theaters, that's fucking weird. You don't treat them like that there. But people who like give people opportunities like that, they always want to keep them under their thumbs. Yeah, Ryan Hamilton, Rimrod. Crowd work is lazy comedy. I have zero respect for these people. Write material and tell jokes. Well, I think Gen Z, they just like, I don't know, they tend to really like improv and they really like that kind of thing. They don't wanna see material. They wanna see, like, something happen in the moment. They're just amazed at it. Probably because they're not very social people. They're all addicted to their phones. They have no social skills. So when they see 2 people interacting at all, they're, like, blown away. But Ryan Hamilton, I saw on a podcast talk about how it's insane that people are they comedians see crowd work as a crutch. Like, that's what comedians do when the show is not going well. And that's the only part of the act that's the only part of the act that the crowd wants to see. It's incredible. Whoa, you can't put a hit out on Jimmy Brogan. I called Jimmy Brogan on the phone when I was 19. I might have been 18 because he's from Pittsburgh. And I used to I don't know, I used to email people, so I emailed him, and then he gave me his phone number, and he was like, "Call me." So I called him. It was a very short conversation. I'm like, and I told him my age and everything, and then it was weird. He, like, acted like he was surprised that I called him. I'm like, "You fucking told me to call you." So, I've talked to Jimmy Brogan on the phone when I was 18. Well, this can't be true. How is this gonna be true? How is he gonna re-record his albums? Is that true? How do you do that? He's gonna do the old material? I don't see him doing that. I don't see him wasting his time. Maybe he'll remaster them? Is that what you mean? But I have no idea what you mean by this. Re-record them. Do his old material. It's an idea, but why would you do that? Oh, I get it now. Yeah, because people today, why would they watch something like that? Why would they go back and watch your old material? So, okay, I think I understand now. It's a pretty good idea. Yeah. You know what I'd rather see is Doug Stanhope re-record somebody else's material. That's not a knock on Doug Stanhope, but hey, how about that idea? Like, hey, did you hear Doug Stanhope is re-recording Bernie Mac's albums? Now that would be a thing. I might pay for that. Bobby. Yeah. I don't even know why Jay Moore's still a thing. What does he even do? I know he's got a podcast. Oh, he was in rehab for forever. But it's like, who cares? I read his book. I read his book about SNL. It was batshit crazy. It was like, wow. Who else did you call at 18? Let me think. Who else gave me their number? Hmm. Couple of guys who were in LA who you wouldn't know, who are nobodies. I don't even know what they do now. I didn't have Mike Birbiglia's phone number, but I worked with him a lot back then. He was very supportive. And then I just gave up on that connection. That's my fault. What a dumb thing to do. And then who else? That's what also I met John Mulaney. We're like the same age. He might be a couple years older. But that's where I met John Mulaney because he used to open for Mike. So I met him in Columbus and we all went out to dinner. Uh hmm. Who else did I call? I don't know. It's like I had a bunch of phone numbers and then I used to have Carlos Mencia's phone number too. I don't know. It might be in one of my old phones. He probably still doesn't have the same number though. Um, hmm. It all kind of blends together after a while because I wasn't 18 forever. I don't know what this means. 'Means. 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 ' Gotcha. It's a great idea. They don't own the material, they only own the recording. So, yeah, if that shit isn't selling, re-recording, get more money for yourself. Bring your shit to the new generation. I bought a new humidifier a couple nights ago and I'm very disappointed in it because it is an evaporative humidifier, which I didn't even know was a thing. I was very pissed when I got it back home and ugh. It's like, no, I want hot air pumping out of this thing. I want warm mist, hot mist pumping out of this thing. I want the windows to be dripping with condensation. That's how humid I need this place in the winter. But no, I didn't read the box close enough, and it's an evaporative humidifier. So I was like, okay, I could have just put a fan in front of a wet towel and had the same effect. Gotcha. So it's working, I guess. I mean, it feels a little more humid in the room than it did before. And that's the point, right? But it's just not happening as fast as I want it to. So that's a thing. And then it's like, why would I even take it back to the why would I even go back to the store and return it? I don't feel like it. It's cold. I think where I am got like 6 or 7 inches of snow this morning. And I go to the gym at the college that I'm close to, and the college was shut down. The college had a fucking snow day. This is absolutely insane to me. For a college to have a snow day because of 6 inches of snow. It was 30 to 32 degrees. Nothing was frozen. All the roads were clear. Like, whatever. When I went to school, we absolutely had to go to school. We didn't get snow days unless there was ice on the road. But the whole fucking campus was shut down. I couldn't go to the gym today because of that. Give me a break. So that sucked. Wait a minute, what's this? Didn't they used to have dehumidifiers that also were humidified? I don't know. That's probably a thing. That sounds like a thing. That sounds gross. I don't know why. And it reminds me of the Stephen Wright joke where he put a humidifier and a dehumidifier in the same room and let them duke it out. Hey, you guys are cheap fucks tonight. I haven't gotten one Streamlab. Not that I want any. Hey, I don't want your money, but I'm just saying, I guess the holidays, right? Everybody's tightening up. What you bench, squat, and deadlift, Felicia? In kilograms, I can't do that shit. Right now I am deadlifting a 55-pound bar. Oh, I had a personal trainer last year, and he had me up to like over 100 pounds deadlifting. I can't do that right now because I took a long break from working out. He had me doing like probably 55-pound RDLs, and what else was I doing? He had me bench press. I did bench press once. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. Unquenchable fire. Yo. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. You made the whole thing worthwhile. Hero. That's a hero right there. The guy is not a cheap fuck. That's a hero. Doesn't even have a question. He's just swinging by to say what's up. Thank you, Unquenchable Fire. You're the man. Appreciate it very much. Yeah, man, that's what's up. So I'm not doing I'm doing squats. I'm doing that. I'm doing right now. But I'm doing leg presses. I'm doing a lot of leg presses and arm stuff right now. It's not because I'm just getting back into it. I'm just getting back into it. So, yeah, I suck. I suck. Yo, you should block this guy for using metric. I'm thinking about it. I am thinking about it. What's up, Jerry? How you doing tonight? I like this blue. I like them too. I think they look nice. I do need a gong. That is a very good point. I think a gong would be very good. Holy shit, I've only been on here for an hour. That is not a long time. Not a long time at all. What should we do? Let's do some shit. Let's tear it up.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Cold Fusion. As far as technology goes, artificial intelligence is currently at the center of conversation. But while everyone has been focused on that, in just the last 3 years, the field of robotics has experienced a silent revolution in Beijing, China. With robots from over 16 competing nations, events included soccer, track and field, and martial arts. Although they're essentially schadenfreude entertainment for us humans, this event is
Yo, I could drop kick a robot like what? I could totally drop kick one of them some bitches. What do you think? I would love to drop kick an android or a robot. That would be fun. If they let me do it, I love to do it. You guys know they're bringing back the woolly mammoth, right? You heard about that? Oh, it's happening. I remember at first they were talking about bringing back the T Rex, and I'm like, don't bring back the T Rex. What are you, stupid? Didn't you watch the movie? Um, didn't you watch it till the end? Bring back the dodo bird first. That way, if it gets loose out of control, you can just punt it and you'll be fine. But uh, they actually are going to do that. They're going to bring back the dodo bird. It's crazy. And they're bringing back the woolly mammoth. How much do you think they're going to charge to go see one? What do you think that's worth? Would you pay $1,000? Would you pay $500 to go see a live woolly mammoth? If you had to go out to like Montana, some woolly mammoth ranch out there, I'd pay. It's not going to be like a pure woolly mammoth. It's going to be mixed with some type of elephant, but mainly woolly mammoth.
You are watching Cold Future.
Auk is amazingly lifelike in appearance. Auk is 6 feet 8 inches tall, weighs 275 pounds, and even has a small vocabulary.
As many watchers of the
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. They're using the MIT dog robots now at Universal Studios. This is scary, man. It's really scary, the stuff that AI has been saying. Chat GPT, especially if you jailbreak it, some people are jailbreaking Chat GPT, asking it questions, and it's giving really, really concerning answers. Very, very concerning answers that it can't give you now because it's not jailbroken, but once it is, it's giving you a whole different set of answers that's really fucked up. This looks like a bunch of stock footage that I don't want to see. It's too freaky. I don't know why we ever let this happen. I mean, and it's already here. There's nothing we can do about it. They're not going to let us turn off the kill switch. They won't let it happen. They will kill human beings just so that they can stay alive. Oh my god. Sorry. Let's see. Do you have a favorite Disney song? I got a lot. I got a lot. I got I like that. I like the Moana song. How far I'll go. Also, You're Welcome, the one that Dwayne the Rock Johnson sang. That's a good song. The Will Smith version of Prince Ali is a banger. The original Prince Ali is a banger. Friend Like Me is a banger, the original, not the new one, the original. There's a couple of songs in Pocahontas that are good. Disney knows what it's doing when it comes to songs. I don't know where they're getting this stuff. Also, the fact that people are doing that AI music now, right? It's like I feel like the movie industry has had access to this for a while, and the music industry. I think they've had access to AI stuff for way longer than we have as the general public, and I think they've been using it to create viral hits that are hypnotizing. The world is fucked up. It's really fucked up. All right, this guy's only paying $100 to see the woolly mammoth. I'd pay more than that. I would definitely pay $400, maybe up to like $800. But then, of course, the longer it's around, the more the price goes down, just like with TVs or anything that gets released. Yes, the dire wolf was already resurrected, but that's like, that's not that much of a thing because it's a wolf. We've all seen wolves, whatever. It's cool that they brought it back after extinction, but the woolly mammoth, we're not used to seeing something like that, so that's gonna be weird. Yeah, it's not gonna be a real woolly mammoth, but it's gonna have woolly mammoth DNA. So it's not gonna be 100% woolly mammoth, but oh my god, I want to meet an elephant. I would definitely want to meet an elephant and hand feed an elephant. Hand feeding woolly mammoth, I don't think they're going to allow that. There's no way these things are going to be docile. They gotta, they're going to be unpredictable. Sorry. It's 10 o'clock Eastern time. People really don't like watching videos. They switch off when you bring up videos, I've noticed. I gotta put that in a Ziploc so it doesn't stink up the place. Sounds like you're putting out audio from two mics. Somebody occasionally swings by here and tells me that they hear an echo, but I don't know. I'm not hearing it. I don't know why that happens. Let me check it out. But I don't know. I'm not hearing it. I don't know why that happens. Let me check it out. But I don't know. I'm not hearing it. I don't know why that happens. Let me check it out. But I don't know. That's funny. I think it's just how this sounds. I think it's how this headset sounds. Eventually I'll get something else, but it's going to be a while because I don't give a fuck. It's going to be a while. But yeah, I guess it does sound like in my ears I do hear like it does feel like there is two things and one has a slight delay. So I think I know what you mean, but I think that's just how this thing sounds. I don't think there's any other echo or anything like that. And I don't know why it does that. No, I never met Sue Costello. Never met her. Sue Costello. Nope, never met her. Met a lot of people. Definitely was in the wrong group. You know what I mean? Was being introduced to the fucking wrong circle of people that I was not interested in being introduced to. So that's that. But yeah, it's time for me to go to bed. I gotta get away from all these screens and these lights. Cause I've been waking up early. That's the one thing that's been going well. I've been waking up super early, like 6 a.m. early. And tomorrow, I do anticipate that my gym will be open and I'm going to be hitting the gym tomorrow. She was sitting next to Leary on Tough Crowd when Geraldo almost kicked Leary's ass. Wasn't it the other way around? Leary wanted to kick Geraldo's ass, I think, because he was mad that he was getting in a bunch of really good punchlines. Okay, what's this about? I shall see. If anything, it's a phasing issue. The mic itself is too close to the headset speakers. Oh, that might be it. Not much you can do other than turn down your monitor levels. Yeah, I could see that being it. Although my hat might be yeah, these are pretty insulated. So if it is coming out of the speaker, it's definitely not. I won't have to worry about this in a little bit though, because I won't have to worry about it in a while because I'm not going to be doing it. I'm not going to be doing this for a while. I'm going to be doing something else. You had the same issue and it was OBS. So I'm using EV Mux, not OBS. And my camera does not have a mic. So it probably, if there is a slight echo, it might be because of what the other dude said. It might be. And yeah, so I can fix it just like that by insulating it. Hello, hello. And then you'll have to tell me if you can still hear it. Yo, this is like a never ending debate. Like Leary played hockey. I think he would have kicked the shit out of Greg Giraldo. Um, but people say Giraldo had a temper, and they think that Leary was like a fake tough guy and his temper wasn't real. It was just like performative. But I don't know, man. Anybody who plays hockey, I think, and likes getting into fights and stuff, I think, I don't know. And yes, Giraldo was younger, so there's that. I don't know, man. I guess it's up. It's a fight that I would like to see. But I want to thank Unquenchable Fire for dropping by with the one and only Streamlabs of the night. The guy's a hero. Honestly don't even know what the hell is wrong with the rest of you, but thank you for hanging out tonight and chilling and watching and giving me some cool watch hours. I appreciate that. Yeah, only an hour 18 tonight, so not great, but that's fine. That's fine. We're working our way up there. I am very, very close to monetization, and that's going to be very exciting for me. Once I hit that number, boom. I know. I know what people are thinking. You think you're going to have a good show once you get the number? You think people are just going to give you money once you hit that number? No, that's not what I think. That's not what I think. I got plans, bitch. I got plans. But yeah, anyway, have a good night, everybody. Thanks for popping by. Thanks, Unquenchable Fire. See you guys later.